What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of A Seat at the Table. In today's episode, we are making Korean-inspired oxtails. This is my secret recipe for making oxtails. So here you see we have our oxtails. We got our oxtails from BJ's, and they were 2 large packs. They were expensive, but not too expensive for my family. They were like $40. So we got parsley, garlic, paprika, onion powder, black pepper, pink Himalayan salt, garlic, green onions, red onions, and then we have our trio, our bell pepper and stuff. And then we also have our hoisin sauce and our oyster sauce. So let's get to cooking. I am going to go ahead and take and season our oxtails with all of our seasonings that we have here. And each step is going to show you how I season them very generously. You want to make sure that you have seasoning all over and get in there with your hands. Don't use no spoon or anything. If you don't want to touch it, put you some gloves on. My hands are washed. And again, like I said, I'm cooking for my family, so I don't have to worry about it. So we're going to go ahead and season all of our oxtails. Once we finish seasoning our oxtails, we're going to go over to the stove and we are going to brown our oxtails on both sides so that we can get a crust. Now, some people will use browning seasoning, or they may make their own browning seasoning with sugar and oil in the pan, but I am not going to use browning seasoning because our oxtails is going to brown from our hoisin and oyster sauce because it's a dark sauce anyway. So we're going to put them in our pan or our pot, and we're going to brown them on both sides so that we can get a very, very good crust. And then we're going to put them back inside the pan once we saute all of our vegetables and put our sauces and different things like that in there. And then we're going to cover them and we are going to cook them for 2 hours on low. I had it on like number 2. I have a gas stove, so I put it on number 2, which was like maybe 2 gauges away from low, and I cooked them for 2 hours and they were fall off the bone tender. So these were super good, very tasty. You guys can use this recipe. This video is self-explanatory. I showed you all the ingredients, so I don't really have to put it in the description box, and it is very tasty. You can pair it with white rice. You can pair it with rice and beans. You can pair it with mashed potatoes. You can just eat it by itself. It's up to you. My husband had oral surgery today, so I'm going to pair his with some mashed potatoes, and the rest of my children are going to pair theirs with sticky rice, Asian sticky white rice. So yeah, that is going to be the conclusion of me talking to y'all. I am going to play some music as always so that you guys can just sit and vibe off of the music while watching how to make these oxtails. And yes, you guys probably hear my children in the background, but y'all know I am a stay-at-home mom till 6, so it's going to be quite chaotic in here. But I pray that you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure that you stick around for tomorrow's episode. If you are enjoying the series so far, make sure that you drop down in the comment section where you're watching from, what's your favorite episode so far, and what do you want to see me cook on this series. Also, if you haven't considered subscribing, tap the subscribe button, my goodness, and make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you're reminded every time I post a video. And as always, remember that I love you, but God loves you so much more, and I will see y'all in the next episode.